I'm going to share with you a story about death and crossing over. So, my grandmother, she passed away about a year and a half ago. She got really sick and she was in hospice and she wanted to pass away in her own home. So, everybody took turns taking care of her. And one day after work, I felt like I needed to go see her. And I felt like Spirit was telling me I needed to go. And this was during the week. And normally I don't go on that side of town after work during the week just because of traffic and it's far. But that day I needed to go. So I called my parents and I was like, "Are y'all there?" They said yes. So I went over. And then my grandma was on morphine and she was, nonverbal. She wasn't moving around. She was asleep. I sat next to my grandma and I grabbed her hand to put it in mine and I started to psychically talk to her. I wanted to communicate with her and see why she was hanging on so long. She wasn't eating or anything, and I sensed that she was scared to cross over. She's always been scared of death and dying, the process, and so I knew she needed help. And so I showed her psychically the other side. I showed her who was waiting for her and that she was going to be okay and she was going to be safe and she had her spirit team with her. She was okay with it and she started to see, okay, I am going to be okay. I think I could do this. As I was about to put her hand back on the bed, she gripped my hand. And I was just blown away by it because she was not moving, wasn't talking, she wasn't eating, nothing. And she gripped my hand. And so I stayed a little longer and I was reassuring her that she would be okay. And I told her that she can always visit me in my dreams if she wanted to because that's how I communicate and she can always do that. And I was open to that. And she was very thankful. And then I said a few prayers over her, and then I put her hand back. I told my family, give it a few days, she'll go. And I don't think she's scared anymore, but when she's ready, she'll go. And so 2 days later, I got really, really tired. It was a weekend. I got really tired and I wanted to take a nap. And I don't take naps, but I was tired that day. So I took a nap. As soon as I went to sleep, my grandma came to visit me. And she was with her parents and she was baking. So my grandma was a baker. She loved baking. And she also was a seamstress. And so she always created outfits and sewed and all of that, but her passion was cakes and baking. So she was there mixing the bowl and she was all happy and she was just smiling with her parents. She looked at me and she said, "I don't know why people thought I had cancer. I feel good. I'm good. I'm not sick." And she started smiling at me and then she turned to her parents and I was like, okay, she's telling me she's good. Everything's good. I woke up, my phone rang, and my mom called me to tell me my grandma had just passed. And I told her, I know. She came to visit me already. And she's okay. She's good. She's happy. And she is not sick anymore. And so that was an experience that I've never had. I've never helped anyone cross over to the other side. After that, I was at peace with knowing that she was okay, that she was good and she wasn't suffering anymore. So a few months ago, I had met with a well-known psychic, and she came through in that reading and he said, "Did you help somebody cross over? A lady?" And I said, "Yes." And And then he goes, okay, she's family. And I'm like, that's my grandma. And he goes, she is coming through right now, and she is saying that she is so appreciative of you and what you did for her and how you helped her cross over. She said, don't ever minimize what you did and the gifts that you have, because what you did was such a big deal. And she was just so appreciative of it, and she just wanted to say how much she loved me. And that just made me so happy. That made my heart so happy. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that story with you, because death is just a transition. Our spirit lives on. It lives on. I hope my story can give you some peace in knowing the transition, and how you're reunited, and how it is peaceful. And so if you have fear of death, you really shouldn't. We're spiritual beings, and we live on. Our physical body dies. This is just a vessel. This is just what we're in right now. This is like a suit. So, but our soul, our spirit lives on. And I hope this helps whoever needs to hear it. So thanks for watching. Love you guys.